The world record. Meanwhile, the American record, Millrose game record, both are held by Diane Dixon, who you'll be seeing here tonight, running in the women's 400 meters. She has captured 13 Millrose gold medals, but she has moved to Atlanta and she has a new coach.
I moved to Atlanta. I'm under a new training program. I'm training outdoors now. I have been for the past 5 months. This year is the first year that I've been training outdoors to compete indoors. So I do look forward to competing this year at the Millrose Games just to see where I am and just to see what type of strategy I'm going to implement in my race since I've always trained indoors. I'm getting used to the outdoor track, and I look forward to making that transition to competing outdoors.
What about that track at Emory University? What do you know about Emory?
I know my parents were married in the Emory Chapel, but I don't think Diane Dixon has been spending a lot of time in church. She's been more out on the track to get ready for this race. Danette Young, a 200-meter specialist in lane 1. Sandra Farmer-Patrick, who has the same coach now as Diane Dixon, Lauren Seagrave, is in lane 3, and Gerald Miles on the outside, the left of the screen, was 5th in the World Outdoor and Indoor Championships at 400 meters. Now, Diane Dixon going right to the front. She says that's the way to run the indoor 400 meters, and it doesn't look like as if training outdoors. Sandra Farmer-Patrick has gone down, and that interfered with the other 2 runners behind. So this will be all Diane Dixon now in the race. And what a shame for Sandra Farmer-Patrick. Looks as if she's up now.
And Diane Dixon will have this race all to herself.
She says the only way to run this race is to get to the front and get out of trouble. Farmer-Patrick was just too close, maybe caught a spike on this wooden surface and went down. As we see Miles making a spirited run, but she had to hop over Sandra Farmer-Patrick. She's just too far back.
Diane Dixon more concerned right now about her training partner, Sandra Farmer-Patrick. We're going over to check on her right now to see how Sandra Farmer-Patrick is. There she is right now. That happened right in the first lap.
Well, it's tough, you know, right off of the turn where that occurred, they really would have been all close together. They were bunched up, as we see Diane Dixon with a commanding lead coming into the home stretch that no one was going to catch her, even though Miles finished well. She, of course, has been working with Lauren Seagrave, working on speed. That's what he says she had been lacking. She didn't have enough speed to maintain a good 400 meters outdoors, and she didn't have acceleration to run well down the home stretch. Now let's take a look at that fall. They've come around, they're completing their second turn, and right there, it looks as if Sandra Farmer-Patrick, her leg was caught by Gerald Miles. When athletes are running that close together, sometimes when you kick your leg back, someone's hand, someone's foot touches it. Take a look at this angle. She kicks back, and right there, it looks as though she may have caught her spike as well. It's very, very difficult to see exactly what happened, but that's tough for Sandra Farmer-Patrick.
Gerald Miles did an excellent job of trying to avoid her. She could have stepped on her back or her hand. Fortunately, Sandra Farmer-Patrick right there being attended to appears to be all right, but now let's go to Nicole Watson with our winner.
Thank you, Craig. Diane, usually this race goes very smoothly with you in the front, but a little commotion. Were you aware of what happened behind you?
Yeah, I heard that. I felt that somebody had fallen. So it kind of threw me off. And I went back, and my whole race plan got pretty much thrown off. But it's my first quarter, and I won, so.
Let's talk about your new training. You're down in Atlanta. It's outdoor training for an indoor season. How does it feel? Your strategies may have changed for this race.
It's hard, and I'm tired. Training indoors is conducive for running indoors. So I find myself a little more tired coming from training outdoors to run indoors.
Will it pay off in the end, though? Obviously, 92 is your goal. You said your back's hurting and some aches and pains this go round.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting old. No, this is my first one. I was very nervous. I mean, very nervous, extremely nervous. But I look forward to the transition running outdoors to be a little bit smoother.
Okay, Diane Dixon, a Millrose winner once again.
And she has been a Millrose game winner now 14 times. She won her first Millrose Games title in 1979 at the age of 15. She won again last year. That means she's won in 3 different decades. Sort of like the George Brett of track and field, who won batting titles in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. We'll be back with a men's 800-meter run right after this.